Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's No Bull Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Fonta, Flora Brewing Company out of Morganton, North Carolina. This beer is called Waves and Perms. I don't know where that reference comes from. I mean, I know they have the waves on their logo, but I don't know where Perms reference comes from. But anyways, this is it's a double IPA fermented with native Scuppernong grapes. I don't know what those grapes are, like what kind of, I don't even know if they're red or white. I'm guessing they're white. That would make more sense to put in an IPA. And it says they're native, so I guess I assume that means native to North Carolina, not native to the United States. And I'm guessing that is the case because they do so much stuff with local ingredients. So that's pretty interesting because I didn't really think that there was any native grapes in this area at all. So, anyways, it's 8.5 ABV too. So, as you can see, this one pours actually a slightly, I wouldn't even say slightly, semi-cloudy golden color with about a slightly less than 1 inch or 1 finger's worth of white head. It's kind of fallen away pretty quickly. I mean, they've done some hoppy beers that weren't opaque. So I would say this is kind of in line with that. It's definitely I wouldn't call it hazy, but you can't see through it. So that smells really nice. It's interesting. I actually am picking up like a little bit of white wine in that, which is interesting. The aroma is pretty earthy and dank. To be honest, I think there's not too much on the citrusy or tropical side. It was really earthy and dank. But there is a little bit of like a dry white wine aroma to it. That might just be in my head because I know there's grapes in this, but there's something a little different to it than just like straight dank hops. It's interesting. So yeah, I get it in the flavor a little bit more than the aroma. This does come off as a little sweeter than some of the other IPAs, which I'm guessing is from the grapes or grape must, whatever is in this. I would think, I admittedly don't know jack about making wine. I know a lot more about making beer than I do about making wine. I don't really know what the fermentability of straight grapes are, so I don't know like what the final gravity of wine usually is. Excuse me. But I would think the wine would actually the grapes would actually make it more dry. Because I would just assume that grape juice or any fruit juice has more simple sugars in it than malted barley or wheat does. But this does seem a little sweeter than some of their other IPAs. It's not overly sweet by any means. It's just most of them are like pretty dry, and this is kind of in the medium realm. It is dank in the taste, but it's definitely fruitier in the taste and the aroma. I'm actually picking up a little bit of this like lemon lime taste, which is interesting. I'm assuming that that's not from the wine or from the grapes. I don't know, but I'm assuming it is, and I know I've gotten that quality from certain hops before. There's a little bit of underlying grain character, but it's pretty minimal. There's just kind of like this drying, like high alcohol finish that I'm curious if that's from the grapes. But overall, this is pretty good. It's pretty complex for an IPA, to be honest. There's a lot going on in this thing. Like I said, the flavor still has a good bit of the resinous dank character that the aroma has, but it has some like slightly herbal lemon limey notes. And I do think I am picking up a little bit of like sweet white wine too, which is interesting. But there's a lot going on in this. I wouldn't say that it's my favorite IPA of all time, but it is pretty complex. So I'll give it that. Excuse me. I don't remember what this cost, but I'm guessing based on what their average prices are for double IPAs, plus there's grapes in it too, which probably boosted the price a little bit. I think this is like $18. Oh man, I apologize for yawning. I don't know why I'm yawning. It's not that late. It's strange. But I would say this isn't necessarily my favorite IPA ever, but it is really unique, and I would like to revisit it again at some point if they made it again, maybe even with different grapes. I'd be interested to try that. So I'm gonna give this one a buy. I would buy it again. I will say it does have like the slight drying alcohol kick, but at the same time it does seem to hide the alcohol pretty well. I don't know. If I didn't know it was 8.5, I might have guessed this was like 7%. I don't think it tastes very strong, which is, a good note too. But yeah, even though it's pretty complex, it's also pretty dialed in at the same time. It's there's nothing that really stands out as like a super dominant flavor, which is another impressive thing by these guys. They continue to impress me because they do all these weird things, and they almost always turn out really good. Even the ones that I don't particularly care for that much, they're not necessarily bad beers. It's just something that I don't care for. So, but this one, it works. It works. So I give them credit for that. But I think that's all I got on this guy. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to doing the next one. Thanks.